Welcome back. We've featured our next guest here on PTL before, talking about the Variety My Bike program that provides adapted bikes for children with disabilities. So far, Variety has given away nearly 2,500 bikes, strollers, and other devices that change a child's life by giving them a freedom they hadn't known before. Tomorrow at Heinz Field, 20 more children are about to experience that freedom when they receive their new bikes. Variety's CEO, Charlie LaVallee, is here to tell us the story about one of the recipients in particular, to show us the difference a bike can make. I mean, you don't think about it, having a bike when I was a kid, you don't think about it as being a big deal, but it really is life-changing for some of these kids.
Yeah, Heather, it really is. So Kobe is 18, lives in Lawrence County, and our last step in the process is fitting to make sure we have the right equipment. Some kids need laterals, some need guide bars. So there's Kobe up on the screen, and when he gets on his bike, we're in the Sharon American Legion, and they give away $100,000 a year from bingo. It's a massive. Wow. They're beautiful people. So they have this big. Where he's riding is in the bingo hall now, right? And they gave us $13,000. He gets on the bike.
Look at that smile.
And he's watching right now, as a matter of fact. He gets on the bike, and he starts to cry. He goes, "I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like my very own car." Then he FaceTimes his grandmother to thank her for telling his mom about the program. He FaceTimes his brother, who says, "Kobe, I never thought I'd see you ride a bike." His heart is so beautiful. Then he told me, I had to write it down. He said, "Charlie, call me. Here's his phone number. As soon as it comes in." I had to call him on his bike with it. So I called him on Father's Day, and his mom recorded it, and it was so beautiful. His heart, his gratitude. He's inspiring to me, I told him. And so when he gets his bike, he has 20 family members coming to celebrate this moment. So thanks to Andrea Corelli, whose idea this was at Heinz Field from PNC, the kids are going to ride out of the tunnel where the Steelers come out onto the field. Their pictures are going to be up on the Jumbotron.
So this is a lot of firsts,
right? Yeah, there'll be a couple hundred people cheering these kids on as they come out. So, and I think Kobe is going to inspire the rest of us that shouldn't every child have a bike? Shouldn't every child have the opportunity to join in and not be left out on the porch? And so it's going to be a great moment. And we're also grateful to Leo Gerard and United Steelworkers, who raised $500,000 for equipment.
Unbelievable.
So with Andrea and Leo and the team we've built, it's just a remarkable, the commitment to the kids, and then we're finding they're changing us.
Well, so, I mean, you talk about all the money that's being donated, all this good that people are doing. How can more people help so that this program continues and continues to grow and give those kids that same smile on their face that we just saw from Kobe?
Well, that's a great question. There's three key needs. Create awareness. You're doing it today. KDKA, PTL have been great about promoting it so people know, because they think it's too good to be true, because our income guidelines are very high. Secondly is to identify the kids. So the intermediate units, the school districts, Children's Hospital, all the partners we need to find to identify the kids and spread the word, labor unions, businesses. And then finally, obviously the bikes are expensive, $1,800 a piece. So it's not like going out to the store and pulling one off the rack. They have to be made, and I'm thrilled to say they're all made in America. And so those three things: awareness, spreading the word to the families, and
funding.
Then the funding. So it's pretty basic.
And how do you go about selecting the kids? Because I'm sure there's a lot of applications coming in. So how do you narrow it down to 20 for an event like you're holding?
Well, this is just how kind of it shook out, because it's a process. They apply, then as I was saying, they have to be fit, then we have to order, the bikes have to be specially made. They get to pick out their color. Thanks to Andrea, we have pink now, and I'd say 8 out of 10 of the girls want pink bikes. And they come, Heather, you'll love it with your girls. They come with their pink, their frozen helmets. They come with pink tops, pink pants, pink shoes, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a big thing.
What's your favorite color? Pink.
So we have we have not had to turn away any eligible child. So that's the message. Let's find every kid. You know, we've gone from 10 to 54 counties. Let's find every kid who needs a bike or a stroller or a communication device, as you guys have featured with us before. But let's make a commitment. This is what's great about Western Pennsylvania. People fight, we come together to help the kids.
Well, it's something so simple, a luxury that many of us don't even know that it's a luxury, and it changes their lives. So thank you so much for your continued good work. We appreciate it. And find out more about the Variety Bike Program online and see how you can help change a life with a bike. You'll find the link at kdka.com/PTL.